We're live. I'm gonna send out a quick notification. Ooh, trying to figure all these things out. Doing some changes today. Messing around a little bit. Um, yeah. Let me do some. Let me remove that. Disable. There we go. And let's see. All right, where am I at? There I am. Okay. No, that's not it. That's not it. Here we go. Where's our beginning page? Hey, here we go. All right. Oh man. And then let's see. All right, here we are. Let's get to work. There's the chat. Okay, I'm trying to get the chat in the side here. Um, so let me just send out. So no one's here yet, so that's cool. We will not quite start yet. I'll wait a couple minutes. Let's throw some stuff out to Twitter. Get that message out there. Please share, like, subscribe, all those wonderful things. It's more of a last minute thing. Play around a little bit. It's freaking hot. I need my wife to turn on the air conditioning. Dang. I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna send her a quick text. Turn on the air conditioner. Let's see. And let's see here. I watched a bunch of Ted Lasso today, so if I start talking like Ted, I don't know. He doesn't sound like Kansas. But then again, I've never been to Kansas. I've been to Missouri though. But all right, there we go. Yeah, it's freaking hot. All right, so like I said, if we're breaking into any Ted Lasso, I'm burning out. However, I will not repeat the great Steve Douglas's 2018 approach to interviewing players after the Quakes won the championships, where he did shirtless interviews. You will not be getting that from me because I do not want to lose the people that I already have. So let's get rolling here. Again, I'm not seeing anyone. Okay, we got people coming in. Very good. Very good. Let's get rolling. There's Mike. There we go. All right. Hoping to see those things. Michael, what's up? Ooh, there we go. We'll talk about this. I'm not surprised Tony Gonsolin's value has dropped. I'm going to be honest with you. I think, regretfully, I just think he's got injury issues. They're not showing up yet, but, the velocity's down. And every year he seems to get hurt. And, he's actually older. He's like 29 years old. I like him. I want him to do well. I met him once. He's a good, really nice guy. Well, let's go. I'm going to try to do some stuff here so I can mark some things. Let's go and let's talk. So, topic right now, let's go over the games from today. And see what we see here. Let's see, I'm going to move this chat over to here. Let's see, get rid of that one actually. All right. Let's see here. I looked yesterday or today. I was looking at a bunch of Padres stuff. They're just a weird freaking team. But we're going to talk about today's games. I don't know if you guys, they're just a weird team. Let's see. I was looking at cars last night. I love looking at cars. Keep me away from them. Let's see. I gotta make sure my VPN's on. My own frustrating. Plus, he's not. Defense. Isn't quite what we're hoping for. That's for sure. Let's go to the youngest of them all. The young guys out here. I'm going to. Now I've been messing around with some of my settings and things like that. I've got my camera in a different angle today. See how I actually have it on a fixed thing, so I don't have to keep moving it around and hoping it works right. So, but let me know if you see anything flawed specifically. I would appreciate it. All right, DSL. No game. What? There was no games today. How dare they? How dare they? All right, that's all right. ACL. Wonder if they played today. Yeah. Yeah, Muncie's, I don't know. He just hasn't been. He did have, he had a good start. Then he, had things go on in his life and stuff like that, and he just hasn't recovered. Yeah, I mean, he's just not getting on base at all. He gets a few walks, but we, betting third, fourth, fifth, we need some smash. We don't need. Whoa, that is blown up. That is hideous. You guys can't see anything if I do this. All right, let's. Sorry about these settings. Oh my. Good Lord. Yeah. See, oh my gosh, the window's a monster. Let's fix the window. Make it a little bit. Make it as the elites would say, more better. There we go. Getting closer. All right. Sorry, everyone. When you nerd out a little bit, it kind of breaks things sometimes. All right. That'll fit. There we go. Super close. And bingo. As Cal Naughton would say, bingo. I want to delete this thing. I'll take care of it later. Remove. There it is. Okay, here we go. Well, no, what am I doing? I'm supposed to go to the Quakes first, because let's at least start with some good news. Quakes had looked like a big stinker. They were getting lit up at the beginning. I follow it through tweets and things as much as I can. I mean, I was, like I said, my wife and I we're binging out on Ted Lasso. We got 5 more episodes. Here's the box score. Come on, give me some box score. Here we go. Sounded wrong. All right, let's just take a quick look. So, Quakes up 1-0. Then Modesto gets 5. They end up getting 10. They're up 10-2. Then Quakes come back with 3-2, and then they win it in the 9th. Amazing. I think it was Dayton Dooney with the winner. We'll go just scoring. Dayton Dooney singles on a line drive. Luis scores, Betancourt. Luis has been hit, and Luis got to get. It's getting time. It's getting time for him to get promoted. I think he'll really appreciate that. It's good to see Luis come around, get better and better. I'm gonna reduce my volume a little bit here. There we go. Is that okay, everyone? Right there. All right, here we go. A little more. Here we go. I also did get a new microphone for my live stuff. I'm looking forward to using that. So, box score. Let's see. Sean McLean didn't do anything, and then Ibarra came in. I wonder what happened there. DePaulo 1 for 3, 2 walks. We see that a lot. Just walk. I like it. Bobby and his hiccup. Yeah, I heard something. He was concerned about something with his legs. I'm concerned. Call me freaked out. As we know, anytime there's a Dodger injury, they say, "Oh, we'll take it day to day," and they're out 2 months. Theron Lorenzo 2 for 4. Donkey 2 for 3. Good. Luis 3 for 5 and 291. Just promote him. Kenneth Betancourt 2 for 4. Oh, Puerta 4 for 5. Yes. Dayton Dooney 2 for 5. Good for him. He's been needing that. Doubles. Luis had a double. Puerta and Donkey. And let's see. Fielding. Guerra. Oh, Guerra. Okay, this was a new guy they got. Let's pull him up. Just get the name. I can't because I can't remember his first name. Luis, that's right. 19 years old, out of Venezuela. Sorry, folks. Um, Extreme white guy here. That's all right. I'm trying. And then the pitching. Let's talk pitching. So Christian Romero got roughed up a little bit, and then Reynoso. What's his first name? Gosh darn it. Livan. That's right. Livan Reynoso got nicked up. So they both got really nicked up. And then Madison Jeffrey came in, had a good one. Jonathan was good. These are both guys that have been struggling to get the ball over right there, those two. And it's good to see a total of in 2.2 innings, just one walk. That's good. And then Liam Doolin, and he's Liam just like Liam Hendricks, first name from Australia. So he's a big dude. Look at 6'5", 230. I've seen him up close. I haven't met him yet. I need to meet him. So good one for the Quakes. Now let's go back to a little disappointment, which is shocking, because Raymond trade Miller for elite third baseman. Ooh, give me a name. Let's see. We're definitely gonna talk trade in a minute. I just want to give the love to these guys and keep keep us informed. For once in a million, the Padres affiliate, Tin Caps, beat the Loons. Doesn't happen much. Austin Brubaker and I were chatting a little bit about this in the Twitter DMs. He just says the Loons just kicked the crap out of them. So that's what you get for wearing brown and yellow. Taylor Young 2-for-5, good. Dalton Rushing 1-for-4. How many home runs? Locke Powell, good. Luis Diaz, okay. Man, I'm sorry about the drip, and it's not good drip. Yainer played second base today. Hewitt did too. That's crazy. I didn't know he did that. Yeah, so that's what I'm concerned about. Is Arenado's having a rough year, and their age could be getting to him. I don't want to have another 37-year-old third baseman that really should be a DH. But Arenado's younger. We'll see. Remember, the Rockies are paying for some of that money. We will take a look. So remind me when we talk trade value. I want to go let's use Arenado as a really good example. See, where's Garcia at right now? I'm lost, Michael. Where's Mikhail Garcia? Or is it Michael? All right. Let's see. So let's go. Damon Key 2-for-4, coming along. Good. Luis Diaz, Newell. 0-for-4. Yikes. Locke Powell 233. Bubba's coming up. Good. Let's get past that Mendoza line. Keep rolling. And Vogel. Pitching. Young Castro. Rough. Mitchell Taransky. Okay. He's been good though. Okay. No. What team's he on? Michael, what team's Garcia on? I just trying to follow in the Dodgers. It's tough in 7. All their minor league teams toughen up. Adolfo, oh man, rough. He got lit. De Los Santos, geez. Webb's been good. That dude's just good. Franklin De La Paz, I like him. Royals, okay. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Throw out a trade. What do you think? What do you think it would take to get him? While we go and talk about the Drillers. Hey, I'm gonna just say I'm guessing that some type of Asian. What is that? What's the name? I don't read. I can't read. A little rough. Let's see. So Tulsa got beat. The River got beat. Dang. Yeah, give me Korean. Oh, okay, very cool. Yeah, give me your name in Korean. Something that can we try to sound out and sound bad. Let's see. Korean, very cool. Let's go down. Let's go pitching first. So River went 5 innings, gave up 3. Only struck out 2, gave up a home run, 1 walk. That's really good for a guy though that doesn't. It's really hasn't been pitching that long. Since they got him from the Dodgers, like less than a year and a half. Velasco's the guy they got from the Rangers. I hated it, man. They gave up. What's that guy? Luis Valdez. Yes, your name. How do you say it? Or if you spell it out for us, Ryan Sublett. He was good. Okay, yeah, that name. Jack Little. Okay, he's back, and the other Betancourt. Let's see. So batting wise, I heard Cody Hosey had a hit, so that's good. Diego, my man. Yusniel Diaz, good. Vargas, another Vargas. Okay, just a bad day for them. let's bail on them, and then let's go to OKC. And it's we're not seeing a lot of offense that I'm used to seeing in some of these teams. I mean, the Dodgers all their affiliates are killing it. I mean, OKC 16-28. I mean, really, that's how good they are. And it's important that this team's good because these are the guys building for the next year. So David Andres, I still think he comes and we see time with him. Justin Hagenman, Rooney got knocked a bit. Adam Clark. Okay, Gus Varland, another Gus Varland alert. He didn't strike anyone out. Didn't have his best. Got the save. Bring him up sometime. He's got to be coming up this year, for sure. And then the game today for the Dodgers, not much happened. I know Nick Robertson got the loss, but that's the Manfred runner, is Charlie Steiner calls him. I love that. Oh, I told you guys, I met Charlie last time I was at Dodger Stadium with the pass, and I've never talked to him before, so I went and I introduced myself, and I just told him how much I appreciated his radio call. I don't know if I told you guys this, but his radio call for the Game 6 World Series when the Dodgers won it in 2020 was fantastic. If you ever have a chance to have a listen to the radio call, do it. It's worth it. Just go to the last inning and relive it and enjoy it. It's fantastic, and he was very touched that we talked about that. It was cool, really cool. Okay, new topic. Let's talk about the Padres. I just want to talk about them just for a little bit. So Bob Nightingale, of course, puts out his tweets and says, "Hey, Padres are done." And then other people saying, it's going to take 700 ball and all that type of stuff. Okay, so it is close to that. I mean, they have to win. They have 68 games left. They've won 44 of them. In order to get the playoffs, let's just say they have to win 88 games. So if you go 44 divided by 88 equals, no, that's wrong. Hold on, 44. I'm wrong. 44. No, there's 68 games left. Sorry, divided by 68. They got to win to get 88 games. They got to win 64, 65% or so. That's they're gonna have to play around 650 the rest of the way to win. However, I do think they can do that. Yeah, Michael. There's projections, and I get it. I still see a lot of talent. I see solid starting pitching. Shoot, Dodgers had that solid starting pitching. They'd have 70 W's this year. I mean, they've been good in their starters, and then they have good players. Hassan Kim, second base, right, Korea. He's been good, and he really should be playing shortstop, straight up. They should put Cronenworth at second and Bogarts at first or something else. But if they have to make Boris's guy happy, I'm trying to straight up my hat. It's weird. It's weird. The Padres, they have not had. I mean, they did miss Tatis beginning of the year, self-inflicted idiocy. Um, yeah, just not a fan of what he is and what he's become. I was excited. I mean, to be honest, as a baseball fan, I was excited about him, and he's still really talented. Still one of the most talented guys. But what do they say? $100 million arm, 5 cent head. But I think that would make their defense a lot better. They're wasting their money. Matt Carpenter, just cut him. They did cut loose Nelson Cruz. That was only $1 million, but they're gonna owe Matt Carpenter $6 million next year. Yeah, yeah. Kim is great. He's a good, solid baseball player, and I think his value is even higher when he plays shortstop, uh, especially without the shift. Better shortstop. Better shortstops matter. It just does. Um, yeah, I wish Kim could be a Dodger. That's for sure. They missed the boat on that one. Yep. Yeah, we pulled up Lee the other day, the last cast. That guy looks fun. Looks like what we see? We saw what, twice as many walks as strikeouts, or close to that. Very impressive. Um, and then we'll talk about more about that for sure as the season comes to an end and the international stuff starts happening, or the off season starts happening. But to look into the season, just to go, I think the Padres are a threat, and they're also a threat to the Dodgers, in that the Padres for sure, no matter what, when they're playing the Dodgers, it's their World Series. They're going to play the Dodgers very, very hard. Oh, Kershaw's the most popular in Korea? I hope he go. Well, let's hope he's. Yeah, people are starting to see some stuff. I know Dodger Nation put some stuff out there. It's been out there about Kershaw not being so sure about next year. We'll see. It's been. It's got to be just frustrating for him to get hurt. Um, yeah, I'm a little worried about the Korea series, to be honest with you. I mean, last time, they get on a plane for 50 million hours, and if you guys recall, Brian Wilson died. It seemed like, and Kershaw, on the edge, on the flight, ended up hurt. So we'll see. But yeah, it's really cool. I'm happy for Korea. I'd love to. But wouldn't that be cool to go there? But yeah, just hope if it'll be great. Kim's gonna be just an absolute star there. He's gonna get all the love that he deserves. The guy's he's a baller. But yeah, there's the Padres have been allegedly saying that that they're gonna be just working around the edges. We'll see about that. They do need to make some decisions, like anyone does. They've got a lot of free agents coming up, but they still have a lot of payroll. Yeah, like I said, I was looking at some of these contracts. Good Lord. That was Michael Walker's stats. So just Michael Walker, who's been good. He's been very good for them. What a great signing. I don't like to give them love, but he's got some funky stuff. He's guaranteed 65, six. Was it luxury? I always look at luxury tax because that's really what matters. Then club options and all. So the guy's gonna make 13 million. The Padres are gonna get him for like 13 million for 2 years or something like that. But then you go, this guy, Xander Bogaerts, just the dumbest self-inflicted. You didn't need to do this. You had a really good shortstop. They could have done it something else, but they did this. I mean, I would have saved the money and just said, hey, we're gonna make sure we get Soto. Yeah, I don't know, man, about the Padres paying the payroll. That's a really good question. That's why I'm kind of poking at it a little bit. I think if any team has to go all in, it's these guys. And I see it. I could see it happening. This is another dumb one. Cronenworth, a nice player, a better than average player most of the time. Not a star, but his contract kicks in next year. 7 years, 80 million for. For that, he's gonna, and it start. He turns 30 next year. 30. Uh, and so, dude's gonna be 36 when that thing, oh Lord. Um, and then of course there's, this is the contract I would have given. This is fine. Machado's a great player. I'd do it too. But still, it's going to be luxury tax. 31 million a year for the foreseeable future. You got Drew Pomeranz and other things. So yeah. So let's look at Blake Snell. I mean, that's a dude with a ton of value, and someone should go get him. He's 30 plus. I don't want the Dodgers to get him. I'm going to be honest. I'd take him in a trade, but the Dodgers are not going to do that. I don't want the Dodgers to go and give another Scott Boras guy a bunch of money. We got Julio, and of course we're focusing on they are focusing on Ohtani. To be honest. So you're saying that home tickets will always be sold even if they don't go to autumn baseball? No, I mean, there's tickets already sold. The Padres have sold their most season tickets. I don't know the number. I can't remember, but so those are sold. And a lot of games are close to. They've got place holds 42,000, something like that. They've got I'd say 30 plus sold for already. So those tickets are sold, and fans will really be ticked off. I'm not seeing the normal anger that I see with the Padres. Josh Hader, that's another one that is a free agent. Seth Lugo is a good signing. Nick Martinez, I like him. He's a nice pitcher. Luxury tax. Look at his luxury tax. Good Lord. For a 1 inning guy, he's a nice pitcher. I want Julio back. I think Los Angeles wants Julio back in general. There are, I don't know, what do you say, folks who go to Dodger Stadium? When I go, I'd say at least half of the place is Hispanic, and they want Julio, and I want him. I am not Hispanic. It doesn't get any whiter than this guy. I gotta be honest. My wife and I went to see Julio's debut in New York City, or when they played the Mets. So we love Julio, and we would like to see him stay. And he just seems he should be a Dodger, but yeah. Okay, that's enough of our Padres. Just killing it in a good way for us. So let's go. New topic. Let's talk about trade values. And so I was thinking, and one of the reasons I was, it's always dangerous when I think, but I was going, hey, would the Dodgers, watching the Dodgers play the Mets, go, hey, Francisco Lindor, if they were to sell, can we get him? And so I went, hey, oh gosh, I can't even spell Lindor, but at least I don't say Lindor like Jim Bowden does. It's hilarious. Okay, his contract, 10 years, $341 million. Started in 2022, goes through his age 37 season in 2031, and that luxury tax number is almost $34 million a year. And I go, well, let's just say that Andrew Friedman goes, I want. Yeah, I know, no way they're not going to trade Lindor, but let's just say that Friedman wants to go make a move for him, and so they want to make an offer to the Mets, and I'm going, what do you offer for a guy with this type of contract? How many teams would take him? How many teams would want that contract? I lost my video. No. Oh boy, you're right. Let me get back. There we go. There we go. There we go. So yeah, Lindor is that huge contract, right? You can see it right there. So this is just an example, but I'm going. How many teams, first of all, could take him, and how many? What would someone give up for him? And then I was thinking even further, going, maybe there's probably someone to give up something for Lindor if he was available. And then I thought about, well, what about the guy that dominated tonight, Max Scherzer? All right, 43 plus million. He's got an opt out. Yeah, after this year, which he will not take. And I look, yeah. Hey, Christopher. I don't know. I was using him as an example. There are no rumors, no nothing. I'm not trying to start on, but we have heard a little bit about Scherzer. I know Doug McCain talked about him today, and he was good today. Let's be honest. But we also saw what happened to him with us in near the end of September, and of course into October when he died. His arm died. No surprise. He's 38 years old. What do you know? How many guys really last that long? But so let's just say the Dodgers go, or the Mets go, Scherzer is available. But what are you giving for a guy that's going to be making $43 million plus this year and $43 million plus next year, taking up that much payroll? Any team. What are you giving up? Not much. And if the Mets wanted anything, I think they got to pay down. They got to pay some of this contract down. Oh, Christopher, that's a good one. Yeah, Scherzer a target for Texas. They're going to need it. Their pitching's kind of going to poo. I've got Martin Padres on my fantasy team. He's sucking balls. And of course, the great one, DeGrom's out. Things are going to start falling apart. But yeah, I mean, Verlander, he's got the same freaking contract. I think the Mets are really kind of stuck. Because I'm going, what value do you give for a guy like this? These are all poison pills. Yeah, I'd take him for the rest of the year, but I don't want to pay for next year. That's for sure. Good audio there, huh? I want to take a quick look at something here, just because. Tommy Pham. I don't think you got to give up much for him. He has $6 million, so $3 million left, less than that. So you could go. What do you give up for him? Do you give up maybe a guy 11 through 15? One guy? Yeah, Ty Sealer, Shohei, Giolito, Middleton, and Kelly. Yeah, it'd be great. The last three I think are achievable, and they should go for it. They got to find a way. It'll cost a bit, but what? Okay, for Giolito, who's free agent at the end of the year. Joe Kelly, who's the greatest Dodger of all time, free agent at the end of the year, and then Middleton. Was it Kenyon? Middleton. Kenyon, I think is his name. No, I don't use baseball trade values. I'm just talking money. No, when you factor in money, free agency, and things like that. I don't think they're going to get Bellinger. I think that ship has sailed. Sorry, I wish. No, for a Giolito whose contract ends at the end of the year, and Middleton's a guy I think he got another couple years. Yeah, so it's something like Hosey and Luis, something like that. Or one guy, but it can't be that much. But I think Pham's he's kind of an interesting guy. Not everyone would want him. I'm not sure the Dodgers would want him, to be honest with you. He's kind of a rough around the edges guy. I kind of don't mind it. I mean, I don't think I would be having him as a little league coach. I'm not a fan of Duvall's my guy. Yeah, I like Duvall. What would it take to get Duvall? Who's another guy free agent? So I'm thinking the guys that are good, not great, but good, not quite all star type guys. Like Duvall, Fom's a little less is less than Duvall. For Duvall, is it a 6 through 10 guy? I'm gonna just pull up our prospects and take a look at ours, and just to go, let's throw some names out. I'm not going to throw, I'm not advocating any of these things, but if you go, okay, would you trade Emmett Sheehan for Adam Duvall? Yeah, I can see hepatitis C layer. I'm kind of with you on this. Hepatitis is that type of a-hole that gets you out, that goes off in the playoffs. Yeah, that's not, if he can get stabbed by, stabbed by get a strip joint. That almost killed him. If it was close, it was not good. Duvall is good, yeah. So for Duvall, let's just talk Duvall. Is it Emmett Sheehan to give up Pep, Nick Frasso, Nick Nastrini, Josue DePaula? All right, remember, I've said this before. I'm gonna say it again. The most untouchable player, I believe, and this is what I believe, is Josue DePaula. I don't think they're trading him for anything. River Ryan, Yorbit Vivas. Do you give any of these guys? Yeah. See, Sheehan and Frasso, I don't give up for Duvall. This is something. This is where you start talking. James Paxton and Adam Duvall for Landon Neck and Jose Ramos. That might work. It might even be a little less. I'm surprised. Neck, they got way down at 17, and Jose Ramos at 20. Neck is going to go higher. He's going to debut soon. He was so close to debuting when I was there. He was there on the taxi squad, but he didn't get activated. And Lance Lynn? Whoo! For Giolito and Lance Lynn. And Chris, are you saying Vivas and Paez for Gio and Lynn? I'm not a Lance Lynn guy. I just don't like a guy coming in and throw just fastballs. So it seems like. I know I'm exaggerating, but I'm just being a weirdo. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, my wife did turn on the air conditioning. Thank you. My wife's wonderful. Today, if you don't remember, it was National Ice Cream Day, so had plenty. I got to walk it all off tomorrow. Okay, and probably I think the other untouchable is Yoendry Vargas. I think those are the two guys. DePaula and Vargas are the untouchables. I think the rest, never know. Not that I wanted any of them to be traded. I don't want Lynn, but so if you're for the Dodgers, and also let's keep in mind the Dodgers top 30 is if the Padres were to mix their top 30 in, no. They just don't have a lot. They maybe get 15 guys on there. Let's see. Bush is most likely to be traded. Yeah, I think so too. Oh my gosh, it looks like, look at all these guys that I didn't even check this. Oh my gosh. We have so Michael Bush is second now because Bobby Miller and has got his rookie. He's no longer eligible for this prospect list. So Sheehan will be popping off probably soon this year. Pep hopefully will. I'm glad to see he pitched. We talked about that. Giolito for Nastrini, Carson Taylor, Eddie Leonard. I think that might be an overpay. I think for Giolito, let me see, what is that? That's a top 10, right? And then Eddie's his top. Yeah, and then Carson Taylor. Did he pop back on our list? He has not. So maybe, I think Nastrini is the prize in that one, and he's really been good. I'd hate to see the local guy. He shares the same pitching coach that my son used to have. So there's a connection. Yeah, rushing's moved up a lot. Um, he's only 22. Michael Bush 25. Play him or trade him. I think, my opinion. Again, this is an opinion. I try to read the mind of these guys, and I think that they're looking at him for next year, third base. Come on, we talked about Muncy briefly at the beginning. He's been bad. Is he worth $10 million next year? I don't know. Okay, so you're saying Bush and DeLuca for Giolito? I think that's too much. I do. I think Bush does not go for a rental. If it'd have to be like 2 rentals. You throw Middleton in there, maybe that happens. Yeah, so you're talking Devin Mann, who just made this list. He's 26 years old. Play him or trade him. He's definitely a guy that's earned his chance. Yeah, how about Diego? I think his value right now is kind of in the tank. I'm not trading him right now. You're not getting full value. They have to. I'd only consider trading him if they treat him like the offseason. If the opposing team gives that value. But I'm reluctant. I'm definitely not giving most of these guys for a rental. I think let's talk long term. All right, I think Stone is going to be a starter. I think Sheehan's a starter. I think Pepio's a starter. I'm not sure about Frasso. I think he might be a reliever. Nastrini. Sorry. Okay, so Kataya, Vivas, Pepio for Cease would do. Okay, if Dylan Cease is available, you go get him. I'm not going to throw names out there, but you go get him. Let's see. Yeah, so Devin Mann is going to be a Rule 5 guy. I don't know if they're adding him or not. They play him so much in spring training, and he does everything they ask him, and they haven't given him a shot. Miguel Cabrera. So talking about Miguel Cabrera, I once called Miguel Vargas Miguel Cabrera, and I had to start my interview over. So Miguel's going to be back soon. It's just a matter of him getting his act together. Miguel Vargas. But, I think, like I said, the only 2 players that I think are untouchable, I'm just guessing, I'm just trying to read the minds, is DePaula and Yoendrys Vargas. And he's not close. He's 17. So they're saying 2028. I think he might hopefully quicker than that. 6'4", 175. He's got to still grow into his body too. Yeah, they got to move Devin or promote him, play him or trade him. Yeah, for sure. Those are guys that deserve that. But so pitchers, I think watching how pitchers have kind of worked out or not worked out. Yeah, you're bringing up Brian Noda there, Christopher. That sucked. Yeah, that hurt. And Jose Hernandez to the Pirates. We got Varland back, but dang, that was a rough one. We could have used Jose Hernandez this year, and we could have used Ryan Noda. But Jose Hernandez. I knew Jose would be good. I love watching him at Rancho. But so these pitchers, right? There's one thing about pitchers. Pitchers break. We've seen that over and over and over. The way pitchers are trained these days, the way they're, it's all about velo. Sorry, I don't like to use that word, velocity. Sorry, strike that. I may edit that out if I feel like it later. I hate using that word. Velocity. it's a pet peeve for me to see like all these people who've not played baseball start talking like that. Like they hear something and start using it. I've played, not at any high level, but I've at least played, and we used the word. No, we didn't use it. I haven't seen Vargas play yet. I just know what I'm seeing and feeling. It's kind of one of those weird things. I can't wait to see him. 6'4", 175. I think we'll get to see him at spring training. So we'll have a definite opinion then on that. And there's still a lot of guys that are not in this top 30. But pitcher's break, I think to get some pitching, I would favor giving up pitching. Just because what we see, they break. How many guys came up and, we've had so many injuries this year, and, now we got Bobby Miller with an owie. Hopefully he's day to day. How many days is that? But yeah, I think pitching is so volatile the way they train them these days for velocity. It's not just the Dodgers, every team. And to actually get durable guys. And I think that's where I got to give the Padres credit. They got some durable pitchers. Musgrove's durable, as long as he doesn't drop stuff on his foot or whatever he did. Snell's durable. Darvish kind of durable. They've had a lot of luck with the starting pitching, not getting hurt. I think one of them or two will go down, and then they're in real trouble. But in general, those are all guys that are just checking some stuff here. They're durable, and so it's good to have. The Dodgers, even Julio, who's been durable in the past, that shoulder surgery in 2017, but the last few years he's been really good for us. No DLs, no nothing. Kershaw every year's hurt. We've seen Dustin May go down. We've seen Buehler go down last year. Papio has not pitched in the major leagues yet. So many injuries. And, I just think that if you're going to make moves, you got to trade pitching. We have a lot. We have a lot of pitching. And, Doug McCain said we need to go all in. And I'm starting to agree with him. Doug and I have gone back and forth on this since like November, December. And his whole point is Freddie's 33, Mookie's 30. It could be Kershaw's last year. It could be Julio's last year with the Dodgers. That's a lot. Those are key guys. And so let's send it out. Let's end this well. Start a new run. So going all in, let's say if the Dodgers traded 5 of their top 10, which is what it might take to get Ohtani, I think they're going to be okay. I think you could trade 5 of these guys. If you were to go, take one from each of the to 2, right? One of these guys, 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 except this guy. That ain't happening. You could survive that. There's more. There's so much more. I keep seeing people talk about Maddox Bruns in trades. He might be the pitcher that they're not trading. I think there's a very, very high ceiling there. A lefty throwing him and Kopp. And hey, props out there to Alec Gamboa hitting like 90, 97, 98, 99. Man, nice. There's enough. There's a different thing the Dodgers are looking for. These lists are different. They're it's all subjective. All these lists are subjective. They're trying to listen to people and go, okay, yeah. Is it something with the way the Dodgers farm directors and trainers bring up and develop pitchers? The reason why our guys are so fragile. I don't think that's the case. I think what we see, it's all around. The Dodgers are, they're looking. One of the things that they are always risking it for the buy low reliever type guy, who a Hudson or whatever. And those guys, they're already hurt. They end up breaking again. Tommy Kahnle last year is a good example. And you know what? They're looking for guys to throw hard, and guys that throw hard in general, especially when they're smaller. To be honest with you, they got a chance. They're more breakable. The emphasis, not just the Dodgers, but it's all throughout baseball and velocity. The drive line stuff. I'm not criticizing anyone on this, by the way. It is what it is. Dustin May does not make the major leagues without his mechanics. However, I believe his mechanics will keep him from being an elite starting pitcher just because of injuries. Yeah. So, yeah, talking about Ohtani, I agree that they're not going to get Ohtani. However, I'm going to have my guy, Ryan Fala, on tomorrow. I'm going to do a Zoom call with him, and I'm going to talk about Ohtani. He's an Angels fan. If you all didn't know, he's on my staff, and he's a great writer. He has contributed great stuff. Including a great article about would the Dodgers absorb Mr. What's his name? Rendon, Mr. Big failure there for the Angels. That was a mistake from the beginning for them. They didn't need it. They needed pitching. Would they take Rendon's contract along to get Ohtani? So I think that was a really cool article, worth a look. We're going to talk to Ryan tomorrow about Ohtani and what he thinks. He's way closer to the Angel situation than any of us are, and anyone at DN or anyone. Well, even though DN's starting to they're taking over the media world, which is great. They're probably getting in the Angels too. It wouldn't surprise me. I know they do some reporting for all sorts of teams. Yeah, Artie's got to, what do you want? That's the question. Not the Padres, shoot. But they do this too, right? The Rockies did not want to trade Arenado to the Dodgers, so they traded him to St. Louis, paid $50 million of his contract, and didn't even get good prospects back. So that was a disaster. But they didn't want to do it with the Dodgers. They could have had, Yeah, well, you read the article, Dodgers 2080. It was written about 4 months ago. Dodgers28.com. I think it's interesting. I'll put it. It's it got to be honest, a little clickbaity when you put Ohtani, Dodgers together, but he comes at it with a good, with some with his knowledge. So these are all the factors, right? And Ryan takes a lot of those into account in his article, and we'll talk about it. See how he still feels about it. It's been, like I said, it's been about 4 months since he wrote that article. Maybe it's too late. The way Rendon just keeps dying. Let's see. Yeah, Nolan this year. There's people. I think the Nolan Arenado stuff is very divisive. I would prefer to get a pitcher from the Cardinals, but if they could work something out to get Nolan Arenado, I'd still probably lean towards taking him. And it depends. How much are they paying? What do we got to give up? If they want to give him to us, let's talk about that trade value. And let's go. I like this one. Let's talk about Nolan Arenado as the trade value target. I think we wanted to do that anyway. Oops. I cannot spell. Where is he at? There he is. Nolan Arenado. His contract. All right. Rockies are so dumb. Okay. 2023. So his luxury tax number this year. Whoa, what? 14? That must have been a big chunk coming from those guys, those Rockies. So he's cheap this year number wise. Next 3 years is 25 and then 30. So that's a lot of money. He's going to be 36 in 2027. Okay, given that, so let's call this, he would be owed including with this year luxury tax wise, let's call it 115 million over these next few years. I contend the Dodgers should be able to trade Austin Barnes straight up for Nolan Arenado if they take the whole contract. Just being honest. He has not been as good. His defense is slacked a bit. It's still going to be better than Muncy's, though. Let's be honest. No lies told here. Muncy is second. That might change him in a good way. Thing is, they're playing Mookie at second every time. With that outfield the way it's going. So let's be clear. What's Nolan doing this year? So 89 games played. 343 at bats, 96 hits, so 280 batting average. This ain't bad. Shoot, I think he's still pretty good. His WAR is 154, so I'd still take him. I would take Nolan Arenado, but I don't give him much at all for that whole value. If they want one of these guys, one of our top 9, not 10. Which one would you give, and how much do they absorb? So if let's just say, hey, I'm gonna throw a name out. Why not? Michael Bush, good ball player, could probably play third for them, even though they got guys. Michael Bush goes to the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to absorb some money. Lower that luxury tax. If they want more, keep on lowering that payroll tax to something a little bit less. I want to look at some of the details. Yeah, he could have opted out. I think he's done a lot of things out of fear. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I just he took that contract with the Rockies. Sorry, a nice contract. I mean, it was kind of like a Rendon contract, right? Close to it, 8 years, 260. Rendon got 245. About the same. Average salary 32.5. Yeah, give me Nolan Arenado. Let's do it. I think actually, talking about Muncy, I think you'd trade Muncy in that trade. Muncy's got a $10 million option for next year. He doesn't have a no-trade contract. I'm throwing that out there. It would be something that I would do because then I've got a better third baseman. Unless they want to go Muncy at second and scrap Mookie playing second. Unless Mookie plays more short. You could do that, right? You could say, well, when a right-hander pitches, we want to have an outfield of Peralta, Outman, and Hayward, which has been, who would have thunk, a year ago, who would have thunk that was the outfield, with an infield starting of Arenado, Mookie at short, Muncy at second, Freeman at first. Now, Muncy will not be as good at second as he's been before because the shift is gone. It would be rough. That might be a rough defensive infield in the middle. That's bad. The corners would be wonderful if you do that. And then what you could do, 8th inning, put Mookie back in the outfield. Whatever you do, you put Mookie back in the outfield, and you put Rojas at short to end the game, especially with the lead. If you do, let's see. Or you just go, no. If you trade Muncy, move Muncy or in a different trade, whatever. Or you just make him a bench guy. Maybe you do that. Kind of versatile. And then you've got, because they're playing Mookie at second base all the time now when a right-hander pitches. Right-hander pitches, Mookie's playing second, and you got that outfield of all those lefty hitters. It's kind of cool. I like it. I got to be honest with you. I really like it, the way that's working out. Mookie plays a nice second base, playing as a decent enough shortstop. So there's that. You could do that. That's another bat. We need that bat. Um, yeah, I'm not sure about Nolan at short. Maybe for this year. I don't know. He just hasn't done it in such a long time. Um, so, do you guys make a move for a backup catcher? I mean, Clint Pasillas had a great tweet today. Because Barnes gets a lot of crap. Real FRG. My guy. Clint. Clint is, look at this guy. Man, they're just killing it, man. Look at Dodgers Nation's doing with SI Now. They work with SI Now, Fan Nation. They were there. They got Dodgers, Padres, and Angels. He's a, quote, respected journalist. Yeah, baby. Nah, man. I love Clint. He's really a good dude. So this guy right here, this is a tweet. It is an overstatement to say that literally nobody is an upgrade. Anybody is an upgrade over him. I'm not sure how they could. One could argue to keep him. So this is a guy arguing about Austin Barnes. So what do you think they should do with Austin Barnes? This is Clint responding to his own team. Austin's going in where it doesn't need to. Quote me. That's Clint, man. Clint lays it out. He's not afraid to talk. I love it. He's one of the best, man. He got that broadcast going, and it's good. They're really good. And yeah, if you want, I mean, I tried to learn a lot from those guys. They call him the captain of the clubhouse. He plays once a week at best and has the respect and full trust of every pitcher that comes through LA. He's also a big part of the daily game planning, which means he helps Will Smith daily. AB is a coach, but on the 26-man roster. I think so. My future manager, Austin Barnes. Clint's good. Good thoughts. I think he's right, whether we like it or not. Okay. Let's see. I'm not going to comment on Muncie's weight as a person who fights with their weight all the time. Barnes getting the Oregon as a catcher. Yeah, I'd love to see him on the coaching staff. I wish he'd do it now. Jan Gomes. Yeah. Gosh darn it. That hurts. That hurts in a good way. I mean, it hurts in a good way because I know it ain't happening because they're going to keep Barnes. Fadush is one of the best fastball hitters in the minors. Hey, Sean. And kills righties. I know. Should carry 3 catchers. Let Fetty learn the staff and relegate Barnes to coach. Yeah, man. I wish they would have promoted him earlier. It just seems so late in the season now. That's just a perspective. But yeah, with Fiducia, man, him and Devin Mann seemed to, and a few others, Noda last year, just seemed to. I don't know, just maybe not favored. I don't know. Yeah, Barnes can't play in the postseason. He's going to waste a spot. I agree. You can't have a guy hitting that's, hitting what, under 100-ish? Oy, it's hard. Yeah, Clint is saying that. A coach is using up a roster spot. They did that with Chase Utley in 2018, but if you recall, Chase Utley did not play in the postseason. So don't be surprised if there is a trade for a catcher, Barnes goes on the injured list and then goes on the taxi squad or something like that during the playoffs. I don't know. I would like to see him go on the injured list so he can go get rehab and rehab his swing. And just, I think it's in him still. I don't know what happened. I mean, I value the guy more than I ever have in terms of what he brings to a staff. And like I said, I think he's the future manager of the Dodgers. What else? I really like the Arenado talk. I think I may have been convinced that we should make a move on that guy. but I also want a pitcher. I still think 2 starters, 2 relievers is what's needed, because the argument that is had, that I've kind of seen online, is, oh, we got enough pitchers. We got this guy and that guy and this guy and that guy. So all these minor leaguers are on innings limits, including the guys that are in the majors right now. Sheehan, Miller. Pep might be okay because he's starting so late. But they're all on innings limits. Knack, whatever. The innings they're throwing in the minors count. And then, of course, there's injuries. So you can't say, oh, we've got these 5 guys. I thought at the beginning of the season we had 10 starters. And now we have like 2. I'm exaggerating, but it just seems like we've had none healthy. And then, so we see that. And so I want to build insurance, because last year they ran out of starters. In 2019, they ran out of starters. It impacted them when Rich Hill had to throw in Game 4 of the 2019 thing, and he wasn't healthy, had no command, walked a bunch of guys, and was done in 2 1/3 or 2 2/3 innings. Last year, Gonsolin could have won. Trade for Matt Boyd. Do it. As long as he's healthy. I want healthy arms. And has he been relieving, or has he been starting? I know he's got his velocity up, and he was really good with Seattle last year out of the bullpen. I also Matt Moore from the Angels, if the Angels will at least make that trade. But yeah, baseball is unpredictable. Let's do the thing and get the insurance. 2 starters, 2 relievers. Let them battle it out. Let the best guys win. None of this favoritism about these guys that have been there. I want the guys that are ready to play in the playoffs. And last year, Tony Gonsolin wasn't ready, Justin Turner wasn't ready, Chris Taylor wasn't ready. They were all recovering from injuries and were not ready. And it cost them. You had healthy players. It shows not to use them. Even Joey Gallo, the great Joey Gallo, did not get an at-bat. That was crazy. Miguel Vargas did not get an at-bat. James Outman did not get an at-bat. I would, in hindsight, with Luis Castillo, I tell you, I've thought about that a lot, because I got a good friend who's a Mariners fan. Went to the All-Star game with him last year, and he lives up there. We were talking about that stuff, and I'm like, oh man, Castillo, and then they signed him to a nice, favorable contract. They gave up a lot, but he would have made a huge difference. With Gonsolin, I like, he's gutsy. He was nice yesterday, but they start to nick him up pretty good. I think his durability is a little low. And the splitter is a dangerous pitch. It's very dangerous. It's bad on the arm. It is. If you don't throw it right. And this is from Dave Stewart. Dave Stewart, the great pitcher for the Oakland A's, former Dodger, world champion with the Dodgers, A's 1990-89 World Series MVP, 1993 champ with the Blue Jays. I think it was also the NL or the AL playoff MVP or championship series MVP or something like that. 4-time 20-game winner. Was my son's coach in travel ball. And I asked him about the splitter, and he said, no, man, you do not want to have him do that. If he starts throwing that wrong, you're in trouble. Yeah. Yeah, Luis Castillo was a miss. The Mariners were very aggressive. They went and got him. And Mariners had a nice run, but they're stinking this year. Maybe they'll trade him. I don't know. Let's see. Arenado, God, he is 32. That's a little scary. What am I saying? Scary. He's still young enough to be my kid. Easy. So, Luis Castillo's a miss. Let's not miss on those other guys. Let's find those. Hopefully the Dodgers will find those guys. I keep saying let's. I don't like doing the we and all that, but it's just natural. I'm hoping that the Dodgers will go out and go be very aggressive. Go get those dudes. Go get the studs. Go get a Dylan Cease. See what it takes to get him. So you take this list and you go, okay, of the top 15, you get. So let's talk about it. What do you think? You get one of these guys of 1 through 5. You get one of 6 through 11 because DePaula doesn't count. They're not getting him. And then 12 through 17, you get one of them. Does that do it? Does that get us Dylan Cease? Or does it take 2 from up here? Okay, if I could do Giolito, Paxton, Montgomery, Flaherty, and Verlander. Ooh, I'm on the Giolito bandwagon. I think Verlander, the contract is just not there, and Padres kind of lit him up too. So, yeah, I'm praying for Cease, but Giolito, like Paxton, Montgomery. These guys are all effective. I like what they bring. I think Flaherty's. I don't know, man. It'd be kind of cool to have Flaherty and Giolito together. Flaherty seems to have fallen off in a little way. He's not what we thought he was going to be. For just real dynamism and kind of playoff arms, it's Paxton. Paxton brings the heat. And you need that in the playoffs. Yeah, Giolito and Paxton, I think that's where I'm going. Verlander, I would have liked to have signed him, but I'm just not sure. I'd rather have Scherzer over Verlander. That's for sure. I don't think we're getting either one, and I wouldn't give up that much for either one of them. But for Paxton, Giolito would be a really good haul. Man, that'd be good. Then throw in Middleton and another reliever, Barlow maybe. Get one hitter. It'd be nice to see. I don't know. Rojas is playing a lot. I'd like to see him more in utility role. I think he's more effective that way. I'd like to see him shortstop 8th and 9th inning of W's. Keep him, when there's a lead, get him out there. So, yeah, but each of these guys, I think most of them are free agents or close to it. I'm not sure about Flaherty though. Maybe he is too. You can see I've been looking for Danny Elfman. I want to go see him, but I want to see what his set list is going to be first. Let's see. He still hasn't done a show yet. I'm not buying tickets till I see that set list. So let's go. I've seen Danny Elfman do his Jack Skellington thing live. That's really cool. Let's look at Jack Flaherty. Let's see. How do you spell that? I think that's right. I could have just done it off the Cardinals here. There he is. So Jack is... Oh, ARP3. So is he a free agent now? Yeah. Okay. Let's see the stats. I'm not gonna look at the injuries, but yeah, he's okay. He'd do innings. Yeah, they have the pitch factory. You never ever bet against that. That's for sure. And then, yeah, with Flaherty, eat the innings. We need innings. And we were talking about, there was some chatter about Syndergaard, who was okay yesterday. It's got to really be rough on that guy to go, I used to dominate, and now I'm just trying to get by with stuff. And he might be back and might fill some innings. Depends. I think it depends on what the lead is, but man. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I got Giolito. It seems like Giolito and Paxton. Yeah. Yeah, we got to stop those stolen bases. Well, the Dodgers are still terrible at that, aren't they? But at least they're starting to steal a little more. I want to see more of that. Let's make those other teams pay. Yeah, Flaherty. Gosh darn it. I should look at his numbers later, but he's not a prospect, so I don't look near as much at his stuff. But it's just, and I'm looking at it for, as you know, from a prospect perspective. What is it going to take to get some of these guys? So Paxton and these guys free agents, I'm thinking more down here, maybe one of them. I'd prefer, of course, lower. And again, this list ain't Freedom's list. Freedom's list, I believe, starts with DePaula, and then it's got Vargas, and then I believe it has there was an arm. Oh, Maddox Bruns. I believe Maddox is up there. I think those are the top three of the top guys on Freedom's list that are like, don't trade these guys. They want to keep the highest upside players. I believe that is the philosophy. Not 100% sure. If I ever get a chance to ask Friedman, I'll try to do that again. Only met him once. It was just kind of, I went a little fanboy with him. Yeah, there's a lot going on, folks. We will be talking about Ohtani tomorrow. I think it'll be tomorrow. And like I said, I will have Ryan Falla on a Zoom call, pre-recorded Zoom call that we'll talk through. We'll watch, and you guys can chatter, and we can talk about a little further. I do have my chats with Ryan. Rushing does have a high ceiling, it looks like. And it'll be interesting to see what they really think of him. And we still haven't seen too much about guys signing. We did see the 14th rounder, can't remember his name, did not sign. So bummer. Really bummed about that, but that's going to happen. The Dodgers try to draft some guys that they might not be able to sign, but maybe they'll get lucky. Got to take a chance sometimes, and it's the draft. From that draft, I don't know. I think like from the 2020 draft, I bet 10 guys make it off that draft into the major leagues. 2016 was a great draft for them. That was 42 deep though, so a little different. But more than 10 made the majors off of that team. Okay. Yeah, Vivas, Ramos. Man, they're my favorites. I would hate to trade Vivas. And Peter's such a good dude. And Jose Elzer. See, that's why I don't usually name names, because it is personal. As y'all should know, I don't do this for a living. I do it for a lot of fun and to build relationships and be there for the dudes and root them on, give them, promote them in a good way. So you meet these guys and you talk to them, and they're just the nicest guys. These three dudes down here you're talking, those are good guys. Objectively, it's a different story, but you're on the right track. I'm just I don't name names much. I'll use for example, but I don't name names except and try to do in a way of keeping them. But I want all these guys to have a chance to make it. So we do want some of these guys to be eventually traded. It's for their own career. I want them to all have bright careers and get the chance to fulfill their dreams of being a major league player, hopefully with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So on that note, I'm going to check out. We've gone a long time. Holy smokes. Gone over an hour. Wow. Thank you, everybody. Again, what a great chat today. My goodness, this has been great. I really appreciate it. It is... let's talk about I just didn't see that. Sean Rushing's defense. It's getting there. He didn't play a lot in college because he had Henry Davis in front of him, and then he only played catcher half the time. So he's getting better. I like what I've seen him throw pretty well. I haven't seen him as much this year. I saw him at the end of last year, and I only saw him in one game live, and he played first. So that's not what I wanted. But so I haven't seen him too much live. I saw him catch in spring training. And just watching him on the TV, you watch him on that, you can see some stuff, but I can tell you this. He is a very observant guy. I was on the bench. We're doing some recording when he was on the bench. This is nothing secret, but he just was quick to point out things, quick to talk to coaches, quick to ask questions. Really good things to see. So yeah, that was pretty cool and good to see. So good for him. Rooting for that guy. Really nice guy, and I'm really happy for him. And I know it's going to be a lot. This will easily be the most he's ever caught in his career, and good for him. We're going to see a lot more of him. Please, I like this. I need to get a standard little video, but please like, subscribe, forward to people these things. The live thing stays on. I will be taking this one and breaking it up a little bit. I think there's some content I want to try to get more. I like the clicks. I'm trying to promote this channel, so anything you do to help promote it, I'd appreciate it. We do this for fun, but I'm a numbers guy. I love numbers, and so every time I see things go well, I like it. So, all right, I gotta go do some Duolingo, read my Bible, get ready for Monday. Last week was a long one. Hopefully this one's a little shorter, but we will. Yeah, Sean, thank you. Seeing everyone's trade rules, I love this. It's always fun. This is a fun time, so we'll be doing this as much as we can. The trade deadline's coming, folks. It's coming. It's fun. It's almost, it's Christmas in July, isn't it, folks? We just got some extra, the whole Hallmark thing. It's Christmas in July, so I enjoy it, and we'll have a good time with this, and maybe Freedman Claus will bring us a lot of pitching. All right, everyone, thanks again. I will be talking to you guys tomorrow night, almost for sure. You never know. With talking about Shohei Ohtani. Bring your trade proposals. Bring your thoughts. Do we get him? Do we not get him? Do we have a chance? How much are you paying for him as a free agent? All those good things. And it seems like we definitely don't want to take on the Rendon contract. But please read that article. Take a look. Appreciate y'all. Thanks. Have a good one. Have a great week. And we'll be back at you soon. Adios.